Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, I had to do another live, y'all. Hey, I had to do another live. Let me turn it down. Um, I don't know. My mic wasn't working on the other one, and you couldn't hear nothing that I said. So I wanted to redo it because I hold on. Okay, we're going to take a look at I think it's the closing case of R. Kelly. I think, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. And I appreciated those. I should appreciate it. It's early, y'all. It's early for me. Um, I appreciate it if you will subscribe and like this video and leave me a comment. I'm going to ask you either three questions at the end of this live or four questions. And I would like to some feedback. Give me some feedback. Let's talk about it. Let's talk. Um, Go on and subscribe. Help me. Come on. Help me get up, get up, get up, get up. With I need more subscribers. I need more people to come in and let's talk real life about what's going on in the world. Let's just talk. Let's mingle, meet people. Let's just talk. You never know. Hey, what may happen? Who may need to hear what we got to share? You never know. So go on and subscribe and let's get let's run it up. Let's run it up, y'all. Let's run it up. I need more subscribers. And I appreciate it, y'all. It's free. You don't have to pay not one red penny. Nothing. Nada. Nothing. You don't have to pay anything. Help a sister out. Just help a sister out. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump right into this. And if I feel that I need to show some more clips, and I will. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump right into this, y'all. Hold on, give me a minute. Okay, here we go. Y'all be quiet now. Be
Welcome
quiet.
to Best of America, your number one source of verified news and in depth features on the daily happenings around America. We bring you a developing story from the ongoing R. Kelly case in Chicago. Following prosecution resting their case, R. Kelly's defense team requested for an acquittal in the R&B King's Chicago trial, but the judge unjustly ruled denying the motion Thursday morning, despite the team's strong arguments. Although submission of acquittal motions at the trial is usually the norm and history has shown, they are often denied. This is rather unusual, as the defense team rightfully argued. Government's evidence is insufficient to get a conviction, stressing that the jury could not possibly find guilt beyond a reasonable doubt based on just the existing evidence. The judge began to consider the motion at the Dirksen Federal Building Courthouse Wednesday, after he announced defense could file their acquittal motion. Attorneys for R. Kelly and his co-defendants argued. Federal prosecutors not managed to make their case on several issues, claiming the government's evidence conviction, which means the defendant could possibly find guilt beyond reasonable doubt the existing evidence. They have totally failed. The evidence they provided was insufficient to connect it all to what happened between 2002 to 2008, said Bo Brinley, attorney for Daryl 1100. Although jurors heard from more than 20 government witnesses, including 4 women who claimed they were sexually abused by R. Kelly when they were underage, many of them can be a ruling. R. Kelly's attorney and his co-defendants' attorneys have strongly questioned the credibility of the women who testified after entering immunity deals with federal prosecutors. According to them, There's no way a testimony from a non-credible individual can even remotely be considered for judgment. Following the failed acquittal, the jury returned to the courtroom Thursday as the defense began calling their witnesses. R. Kelly's defense team called their first witnesses who poke holes in some of the stories brought by R. Kelly's accusers earlier in this. R. Kelly and his co-defendants were first reminded by Judge Harry of their rights to remain silent Thursday morning. Addressing R. Kelly directly, Judge Harry Lyon and Weber asked him to confirm if he had discussed with his lawyers whether he would be testifying in this trial or not. The R&B king responded with confidence, saying, "Yes, Your Honor," and confirmed that he would not be testifying. R. Kelly also never testified at his New York federal trial last year when he was convicted of racketeering and sex trafficking charges and later sentenced to 30 years in prison. He equally did not take the stand in the related 2008 child pornography trial in Chicago. Brown will equally not take the stand in this trial, but McDavid has, on the other hand, chosen to testify in his own defense. First to take the stand was a friend to MC David and former police officer Christopher G. Wilson, who testified that MC David told him in 2001 that someone was trying to blackmail R. Kelly with threats about videos. Wilson said he traveled to Kansas City with a private investigator to meet with the alleged blackmail. He said he did not personally witness anything illegal and confirmed as a cop he would have been required to report it. Next up was Mary, who planned a 1999 expo at McCormick Place. That's Kelly's accuser says she first met the R&B singer that accused her testifying under the pseudonym. Trasai has testified that she was only 16 when they met and soon began having sex, accusing the singer of sexually abusing her dozens. But Green testified under oath that she was never made aware of Kelly's attendance at the expo where Trasai claimed she met him, and she would have been aware of an R&B star of that magnitude. Green testified that he appeared at the expo in the year 2000 when Trasai would have been 17. Then there was Arnold and Winters, who both testified in R. Kelly's defense, with Arnold probably taking the longest time. Jurors were then excused until Tuesday at 10 a.m. The judge confirmed they expect to finish the case next week without fail. After the jury was excused for the day on Thursday, the judge, prosecutors, and defense attorneys worked on finalizing jury instructions. Kelly's attorney, however, said the singer was not feeling so well, so he would not be participating in that process. That's all we had for you. Please let us know in the comments section below whether you feel Judge Harry's denial of acquittal was a fair ruling or not. We value your honest opinion. Thanks for watching yet another feature from Best of America. If you are new to this channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you'd never miss any of our upcoming features.
Alrighty. So we gonna see. Give me a minute, child. Give me a minute.
Let this soft mineral coat
Right back.
your mouth after to rebuild your teeth and gums. Need a dentist or implants again. People are healing their receding and bleeding gums, teeth decay, mouth infections, aches and shooting pains just from melting this soft mineral on their tongue at bedtime. World-renowned Dr. Drew Sutton uncovered a potent, sweet mineral which regenerates teeth and gums virtually overnight. How does this work? This mineral oxygenates your mouth and deposits microscopic healing elements that soak deep into your mouth tissues and between teeth. Something not possible before now. This solution is 8 times more effective than any existing techniques. Dentist's office again for those shockingly expensive treatments, as this mineral can be used. So if you suffer from any type of dental or gingivitis,
I thought I removed it. My bad. My bad, child. Oh, y'all probably didn't hear it no way. Just a minute, y'all. Just a minute. Just a minute. See something. Let me see. As y'all come in, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and click on all so that when I'm live, you'll get a notification that I am going live. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for y'all patience. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Okay, y'all. We're gonna watch um we're gonna watch this clip, y'all, of him. And this will be the last one that we watch. And at the end of this live, I will ask my
on
question.
tape with R. Kelly. And at the time,
Okay.
she was
Here we
underage.
go.
That's been my whole thing throughout. It is what it is. And them other, they never did. It wasn't about them. About Lisa Van Allen, Charles Freeman, Tracy, Pauline, Neil, Brittany. None of them. It was about Rishana Landfair. That was Rishana Landfair on tape with R. Kelly. And at the time, she was underage. Not sure what's so hard to comprehend about that. That was my whole thing. It wasn't the obstruction of justice. He got away with it. He paid people for their silence. He paid people to go get their tapes back. All of that's true. They never cared about how he got away with it. They knew that he wasn't going to get away this time. That was their thing. We got him again. We're not going to let him go this time. And it is what it is. I was sitting all online reading them transcripts. Man, none of that mattered at all. It was a waste of time. Their whole thing was, we noticed him on this tape with this little girl. There was no getting around that. He know that was him. That little girl know that was her and R. Kelly in 2008. She lied for R. Kelly. Her parents lied. They're trash. That was here on tape with R. Kelly. And at the time, she was underage. Not sure what's so hard for the Beehive to comprehend about that. Y'all don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe it. But that's him on tape with that little girl. And at the time, she was underage. That was my whole thing. I didn't care about the obstruction of justice, how he got away with it. Because I knew they wasn't going to let him go again. That's why I kept saying what I was saying. They was going to let Darrell McDavid and Milton Brown go. They didn't want them. They wanted R. Kelly. It wasn't about obstruction. They was well aware he was paying for silence. They knew that. We knew that. They word played it. Obstruction of justice. But it was really about CP. That tape with Rashana Landfair and R. Kelly. That was Rashana Landfair on tape with R. Kelly. And at the time, she was underage. They didn't want Darrell McDavid or Milton Brown. They used them for collateral. They knew back in 2008. So they had to work around that. Not sure what's so hard for you people to understand about that. They knew that if they just charged him with CP all over again, it would be double jeopardy. It is double jeopardy, but they word played it. That's why they charged him federal. He got away once. They wasn't gonna let him go again. And then his arrogance. He was still out here messing around with teenage girls. Got grown ass people sitting on the internet talking about he was set up. It was all a setup. Barry Hankerson set him up. Sparkle set him up. It doesn't matter who set him up. This nigga out here violating children. He needs to be set up. He needs to be in jail.
That's true.
Doesn't matter who did it or why. It needed to be done. R. Kelly, big feet ass, thought he was above the law. Them white folks had to show him. No, you're still just another nigga.
Oh.
And it is what it is. This nigga out here violating children. I don't care nothing about the trifling ass parents. R. Kelly's trifling too. Them little girls with some fast ass little girls.
True.
Yes. It wasn't forcible violation. He didn't force them. They laid there and they trifling too. Call a spade a spade. It is what it is. Those little girls were fast and trifling. That man was old enough to be their daddy. That's nasty. It is what it is. It's about money, power, and control. Them folks took that control back from R. Kelly because R. Kelly thought he had all the control. They took his money because he didn't know what to do with it. He had so much money, he didn't know what to do with it. He played with all that money, all them years. And now he ain't got shit to show for it. He ain't got a pot or a window. He's literally in jail. Gonna be there got 10 more years. It is what it is. R. Kelly is ignorant. And to make matters even worse, he kept doing it. The Beehive are the worst people on the planet. And I'm going to tell you something about them people. They are pervs too. Yes.
Yeah,
You can dig
I've
in
heard
some
of
of their
that.
background. Some of them fucked up too. That's why they condone this type of. They didn't want Darrell McDavid or Milton Brown. No. They wanted R. Kelly.
Can y'all go ahead and tap that like button for me?
Obstructed
Subscribe to the channel,
was Ed
please.
Gibson back in 2008. His whole entire thing was how to get away with violating a kid. And he got away. That white man got that boy off. The Beehive so ignorant. Read the transcript. Read the transcript. That is so funny to me.
Oh, she's
That is
wild,
funny to
y'all.
me. Them folks were literally online reading all that, and none of that did not matter. All Jennifer Bunjean was doing was arguing back and forth with everybody that got on this stand. R. Kelly didn't even have nobody to speak on his behalf. That's just how bad it was. We had a good day. We had a good day. Stop it. Ain't no way R. Kelly was going
Look
to
at
get you
this shit. Just look at this.
People sitting on the internet telling me he was
shit.
set up. He was set right in front of the camera, play with himself to make sure he had the right angle because he was getting prepared to violate that little girl. What had happened was
Anybody
that was
seen
Roshana
that tape?
Landfair on tape with R. Kelly. And
I
at the time,
seen
she was
that
underage.
the full
But I'm
tape.
going to let Pinocchio nose looking lad with the dent right there at the top tell y'all about
This
this
afternoon, the
verdict.
federal jury returned guilty verdicts on 6 counts against Robert Kelly. 3 of those guilty verdicts were for producing child pornography, and 3 of those verdicts were guilty for Robert Kelly and others to engage in sex activity. Robert Kelly and his 2 co-defendants were acquitted of other counts they were charged with in the indictment. The evidence at the trial in this case revealed reprehensible conduct. That Mr. Kelly engaged in sex acts with multiple girls under on video. We are pleased with the fact that Robert Kelly is finally being held accountable for that reprehensible conduct. We are particularly pleased that Robert Kelly is finally being held responsible for the abuse of his 14-year-old goddaughter. And as you may recall, that was the subject of the 2008 trial in Cook County. And the jury in this case found him guilty of that very same conduct. For these counts on which Robert Kelly has been facing very severe prison sentences, on the first 3 counts in the indictment, each of the child pornography production counts, he's facing a sentence of 10 to 20 years imprisonment. On each of the enticement counts, he's facing a sentence of 0 to 10 years imprisonment. So overall, Robert Kelly is facing a prison sentence of 10 to 90 years imprisonment based upon the jury's finding in this case. And for that, thank you. Obviously, we're disappointed in the not guilty verdicts on remaining counts. I would like to thank really truly the outstanding work of many people who has been able to bring Robert Kelly to justice here today. First, I'd like to thank the prosecutors in this case and my team here at the U.S. Attorney's Office. Outstanding people who've worked tirelessly for years in order to put this case together and to bring Robert Kelly to justice, the 4 prosecutors who are behind me and other staff members in my office. Second, the law enforcement officers who for years worked tirelessly to work with the
Yeah, go ahead and like
victims in these
this
cases and to bring
video.
the evidence that we were able to show to
Subscribe
the
to
jury in this case.
I
Most
appreciate it,
notably,
guys.
the Department
Thank you.
of Homeland Security Investigations, the IRS Criminal Investigation Division, who were the leads in this case in particular on the federal side. And we'd also like to thank the outstanding work of the Chicago Police Department and the Cook County State's Attorney's Office for what they've done over the years on this as well. But really, most importantly, and I think the main reason why I'm down here right now is I want to thank the victims. I want to thank the survivors of abuse at his hands. Their courage to come into this courtroom and to stand before the jury and to reveal the other things man did to them and then videotape them. It's remarkable. Their courage in coming forward, their perseverance, and their resolve to be here years later to tell their story is truly remarkable. And these verdicts, these guilty verdicts in this case, it vindicates them. Not only vindicates them, it vindicates well. Right. And so with that, I'm happy to answer any questions that you all might have. I do. It's hard. I mean, we can see this case in particular, right? I mean, we had a case where there was reprehensible conduct that was presented. What I hope to show is the victims, and again, now the survivors in cases like this, is that it's important to come forward and that you have law enforcement, whether state or whether federal law enforcement, we will be there for them in order to hold accountable those people who did. Yeah, well, I mean, of course, the reason why we charged McDavid and Brown is because we believed that we can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they committed crimes in this case. You know, we believe those are righteous charges then. We believe those are righteous charges now. We respect the jury's verdict in this case, as we do and as we must. But you know, allegations obstructed justice, and we believe that's in fact what happened. Again, the jury found otherwise in this case, but they were righteous defendants in our mind, and that's why we brought the case. Yep.
That's my IG.
I don't know if these jurors' minds
That's
or
my
not.
Instagram.
What I will say, because I have heard one of the comments about that,
Go ahead and
they're not
follow me
testifying.
over there.
Let's think about what the conduct was here again, okay? This was that individual, Brittany, engaged in a threesome, right? Brittany, who was a minor, engaged in a threesome with another person. And the third person in that threesome was Robert Kelly. And one of those cases, right, that was absolutely a righteous charge to bring, a just charge to bring, and we would bring that again tomorrow. I'm not going to get into that as to why she wasn't here. I understand why you're asking, but I'm not. Don't feel it's appropriate for me to talk. Yes, that's a great question, Jason. So the question is can we ask that the sentence here be consecutive to the one in New York? The answer is yeah. So we have to understand it that the sentence in this case, which will be 10 to 90 years, could either be concurrent or consecutive. But I will tell you, when we have cases like this, when we have instances where defendants are convicted of committing horrific acts against other individuals, and it's separate and apart from other horrific acts that he committed against other individuals, we're asking for that stuff to be consecutive, and I expect that we will do so here. We'll speak more formally in our sentencing papers when they come out. But be very direct.
did.
Yes, this can be a consecutive sentence, and I expect that's what we're going to ask for. Thank you. Thank you all.
That boy spoke on Brittany with a whole lot of attitude. I call them people Kelly's attorney. Man. That was very unprofessional, disrespectful, and racist what you said in an open courtroom. You call them people cockroaches. Very disrespectful. Coming from a white woman. Very racist. Coming from a white woman. Who happens to be an attorney. I'm still trying to process the fact that she said that. Anyway, not only that, after the verdict, she made a statement to the media. He was only convicted of 6 out of ma'am, he was convicted. That's the only thing that matters. On the main focus, which was that was him on tape with Rishana Landfair. And at the time, she was underage. It's the only thing that matters. Not only that, ma'am, she wasn't just focused on this case. She was clout chasing. Didn't even remember the accuser's name. Not only that, she stumbled on his verdict. She had to ask her little colleague, her little assistant, did I get that right? That lady wasn't focused on. I've been saying this for 3 years.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Nobody around
I think so too.
that had his best interest at heart. R. Kelly would have did better off taking the plea deal.
Enough to consider the evidence on the rest, and they demonstrated that.
And look at him now.
Something that I have been fighting for and was fighting for from the beginning is that if this jury concluded that he was guilty on the first 3 counts, would they care enough to consider the evidence on the rest? And they demonstrated that they did, and they did their job each separately, and they obviously concluded, as I concluded long ago, as this case was overcharged, the greedy, and they charged counts they couldn't win, and they shouldn't have. And now, and not just, as Mr. Kelly, but obviously the co-defendants. So I
Appreciate it if
imagine
y'all
they're
go ahead
celebrating
and
right now,
take
and they shouldn't be. They
and
should go back
subscribe
and
to the
figure
channel.
out,
I appreciate that.
whether their
Thank
approach
you
to this
guys
case was
so
the right
much.
one. So this, again, obviously, it's not, we're not celebrating a win entirely, but we are happy that the jury really did look at each count. And as I said in my closing arguments, each count counts. They did their job, and we ended up with 7 not guilty counts in a 13 count, right? 7? Listen, Mr. Kelly is used to bad news. He has a 30-year sentence, which is egregious and excessive in my view, out of New York in a case that never should have been charged the way it was charged. So, he's still got many fights to fight. But what he did say is that that this particular case was not in the future, it was in the past now. And he had a sense of relief, and that probably would have been whatever way it came out, but I think he is relieved to have this behind him. Yeah, yes, of course. You know, we have some issues that we believe are appealable issues, meritorious appealable issues. I don't know that I'm ready to talk about all of them, but there's a couple that come to mind. So. Want to go forward? I can't speak to what they will do there, but they got guilty. They got it. You know, they got the guilty verdicts on the first 3 counts of this indictment, which is the child pornography count. So I'm not exactly sure what they want to go. What they'd want to go forward on, but we'll find out. We'll find out. We'll take them. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Well, obviously, incredibly. So the jury did not believe Chuck Freeman. The jury did not believe Lisa Allen. The jury did not. They said that? Lisa Van Allen, right. The jury did not believe Tracy. The jury did not accept that you could charge an indictment and not even bring a witness in, that being Brittany, which was, you know, really offensive in my view. You're going to charge someone with serious offenses that carry serious time, and you don't even think you have to bring that witness in to tell what happened. So those are all, to me, good signs, but credibility was everything.
David Brown was charged, keep them roll over.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how the government rolls. That's how they roll. They don't even believe in their own evidence, so they need to put pressure on other people to try to get them to flip. That's exactly what happened, and I'm glad they got it. You know, but that didn't work out for them. Well, yes, R. Kelly has been prosecuted in the media since 2000, since really surviving our season. There were these federal prosecutions where the federal governments have really, and I don't know, to get around statutes of limitations here. And that was all driven by Surviving R. Kelly. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess Surviving R. Kelly, as you all realize, probably if you've ever seen it, is that the stars of Surviving R. Kelly, one of them, Lisa Van Allen, Andrea Kelly, who was, not a witness in this case, a light throughout this trial. She was one of the big stars of Surviving R. Kelly. So, it should go to show you that these docuseries. Even before he left the MDC in Brooklyn, he had injured his leg, and I don't know exactly how. As you may have noticed, he's kind of been limping, really gotten better. So we're hoping that he doesn't have to make the long trip back to New York for the restitution hearing, which is So I'm not going to talk about my those types of conversations I have with him. Come to sentencing and judge for yourself. He may have something to say there. I will say this about my client, and I think it's often overlooked. And beg the jury to remember that he's a human being, and I think they did. This is a man who had a very, very difficult childhood, and because he became a superstar very young, and there were not people surrounding him that wanted to get him the help. And so I think we can't lose sight of that going into a sentencing hearing. It was something I emphasized in New York, obviously, and there'll be more to say about those things.
Very confused. I'd ask the jury's office if they can't 10-year minimum.
You talking about the our position is no. I'm sure the government will have an argument. I have not. I don't know if it's discretionary. I haven't done the research entirely. It's certainly not mandatory. Okay. It's certainly not mandatory. Would be arguing that they should not be stopped of course. We are talking about the same victim, right? Jane. In fact, one of the inducement counts was also Jane. So, you're really talking about this one person who everyone, heard in court. And I think that will play a role in how this all shakes out in sentencing. It hasn't been set yet. I don't think.
And here's another fun fact for the Beehive, aka so-called supporters, aka fanatic, aka wannabe fans. You people, for me, it has always been about Rashana Landfair, Aaliyah, and Tiffany Hawkins. I've been very vocal on my channel since day one. If you all were real fans, fanatics, the Beehive supporters, whatever you want to call yourselves, if you're that, how come you don't know that Aaliyah and Tiffany Hawkins was also mentioned in his 2008 trial? That's a fun fact.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there. Yeah, and the ones that are my questions that I got for you guys. Um, hold on, I still can't hear. Okay, my questions are: do you think that R. Kelly got too much time? Or do you think that he didn't get enough time? Or do you think he should have got less time? Okay, that's 3 questions. And my 4th question: do you think R. Kelly is broke? I want you guys to leave the answer in the comments. I will check them later to see what you guys think. Just give me your opinion, what y'all think about it. I say it again. Um, do you think that R. Kelly got too much time? Do you think that he didn't get enough time? Or do you think he should have got less time? And do you think that he's broke? Those are my 4 questions that I got. So when y'all come in and watch that replay, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that every time that I go live, you'll get a notification that I'm live. I appreciate it. It's free. It's free. Let's run them up, y'all. Let's run it up. If anybody got a story they would like to share here, you can. I left my IG in the comments for you guys. So just inbox me. I guess I need to say my IG is jazzygirl_2022. That is my IG, jazzygirl_2022. If you got anything you want to send me that you want me to play, you want me to look at, and you want me to play it, inbox me over there on my IG. All right. Until next time, you guys be blessed and stay safe. Don't forget to hit this like button. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thank you. I appreciate it. Until next time, goodbye.